Okay, so then the next question then is where are you headed? What's the vision for your business? And I guess when I ask it, I mean the vision for the business and then the vision for you in the business. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's a tough answer. That's a tough answer for me to give.
Okay.
Because I think about it a lot, and I try to only think like the next year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or what's happening now that's not quite right, and how do we fix that in a way that's like getting us in the right direction. And again, I just think it's just fine-tuning what we have going on here. I do think that I will always be with clients.
Okay.
The question is how much?
Mm-hmm.
For example, what goes through my mind is I wonder, like some days I'm showing the same properties over and over and over again. And sometimes I know there's an outing where I don't necessarily need to be a part of it for that client to learn what they need to learn out of that outing.
Right.
And there's times when I think maybe I could have somebody help me during those times. Uh-huh. But I'm trying to figure that out.
Does that raise the fear in your heart about the whole Jennifer Myers connection?
Yeah, but what I tell myself is it's all about presentation. So I think it's about setting it up when they come in and saying, there'll be weeks when I've already seen the homes that you're going to see, and I'm going to call you after.
Right.
And when I travel, like sometimes I'll travel or, have a day off, I do have somebody, and I've tested it a little bit. Now, they will not be part of my team. They won't be a buyer's agent for me.
Them?
Yeah, I pay them hourly.
Okay.
They won't write contracts. I think I'll always be involved in that process. But again, that's I have a finance background. Like that's what I majored in. That's what I like. I think I'll always be that part of it. The question is, how often will I be in the car showing homes? And that's what I'm grappling with right now. Is like I want to still do that because I think it keeps you knowing what the market's doing. And that's how you build rapport with your clients. But it's also overtaking my life a little bit more than I want it to be.
Well, and that essentiality, you being essential is a challenge when you're building a business. But I think that question of the person, especially on the referral business side. I mean, if you're talking about REO business, it's a different order of business. I mean, your systems have to sell that person, not anything else. But but it is an interesting question because you definitely want to not be a slave to the business,
right?
Even if you like it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm dealing with right now. Is like I'm finally. There was a point where I was so scared. Like I said, I just wanted to make $30,000 a year.
Right.
And now I'm making 10 times that, and it's like, okay, I never thought I'd be here. So now, what can I accomplish that I never thought was possible?
Yeah.
From like 8 years from now, And at the end of the day, I just feel so fortunate, and I just feel like I should be thankful and just kind of keep doing what's best for my clients,
right?
And what's working,
right? And
just kind of keep going I didn't seek out celebrity branding; it just kind of came to me, and it kind of felt right, and so I'm hoping more opportunities come up like that, and I continue to choose the right ones.
One of the things that I talk to agents about is like it's finding the right people, the right partners, whether it's your people inside or the lenders. Talk a little bit about your experience with regards to finding people that make your life easier, make it easier for you to do business, etc.
So number one, first and foremost, is if you decide to be an agent that has people helping you, literally just kind of write down what would be perfect. So I literally wrote down I need somebody from 10 to 3, and they need to be willing to do all these things that you couldn't pay me enough to do, and they had to be willing to do it for $25 an hour, And lo and behold, I threw up an ad on Craigslist, and I found a mom. And I swear, all my people are moms. And the first mom found the second mom. And for me, in my business, we're very touchy-feely with our clients and stuff. They come up with ideas I never would have thought of.
Really?
They know how to take care of people. For me, that works. And then as far as my vendors and providers, number one, first and foremost, you need lenders who know what they're doing, because I've for years have only used about 3 lenders because they know how I work. They know that I like my clients to feel like they're having their hands held. I like my clients to feel like there's a lot of communication. Title companies, again, I just want to make sure that there's a good experience. So if I need to move dates, or they know my name, they hug me, they make me feel welcome, they make my clients feel like they made the right choice all around.
It's like an extension of your business culture on some level.
Yeah, and I think, and going back to how you're going to get out of the business, my clients will use every lender I say, every title company I say, because I think they trust me, and so they trust them. And I think that's kind of the way you got to do it. If you're going to give anybody's name out, you've got to really know that they're going to treat your clients how you want them to be treated.
Right. No, that's a great point. All right, so last question, or actually my second to last question. Okay. One question is this. If you were recommending people, if you were saying to agent, you say, let's say they were coming to work for you, you're not taking agents on, but if they were coming to work for you, you say, this is the recommended reading. This is what I want anybody who comes in to be successful. Here are the things I want you to watch. Here are the things I want you to read. Here are the people I want you to listen to. Does anything jump up for you? Do you have a short list of these are things these are the books that will transform your approach to business or anything like that?
If agents were coming to me, I don't know. That'd be tough.
Okay.
But what I do is number one, I always am like listening to things about like interest rate and economic reports and things like that because it has an effect on our business. Things like you got to be up on what's happening in the lending world. I mean, one stroke of a pen and our industry changes.
Right.
You have to know that so that when you're showing houses, you can say, you know what, unfortunately, because you're doing FHA, you can't buy this co-op building,
right.
That kind of stuff.
Right.
But things like the Dan Kennedy stuff, to me, is bar none
it's
great.
Gold.
I mean, he's no BS.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like, tell it how it is. Some people don't like his style. I love it.
Yeah.
Rich Dad Poor Dad's another one. The E-Myth. Craig Proctor got me off on that one. Yeah. I mean, that's what comes to mind. Somebody actually just this week I started reading a book called Peaks and Valleys. And it's a great little tiny book. You'll read it in an hour. And it's just about how, like, when you're up on the mountain, you realize that there's a valley coming, and you got to be prepared for it. And it talks about how, if there's a river and you're in the valley and you want to get up that there's things that you have to do to get there, and you just kind of take one step at a time. So that's my newest suggestion.
Last question, and then I'll let you go. If you had a new agent came to you and said, I would like, they said, I'll do exactly what you tell me to do. And they did. They literally just did they were like a robot for you.
Gosh.
Right, dream. How confident would you be that that person would be successful? Like, that you would be able to tell them the right things to do for them to be successful?
I think I would tell them to do what feels right for them. So just because I work by referral and I don't do internet leads or I don't do the Google stuff, I would have to get to know them and what they really like and really what they're looking to do and how they want their life to be. And I think once I have that conversation with them, I can say, you know what, just based on what you're telling me, you seem like this would be a good fit.
This approach.
Yeah, because the great thing about this job is, like, you get to figure it out. Like, you're your own master.
Right.
So why not create it in a way that suits you?
Thank you for coming on, Jennifer.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Hold tight. We're going to take a quick break and give thanks to the people give some recognition to the people who made this interview possible.